So here we go. This is spoiler 5 by Disorganization XIII. They're going to give us a special preview of it here at New York Comic Con. You'll be able to hear the audio and you'll be able to see the slides. Hopefully we got the timing right when we do this. So moving closer. So
all bits are still in beta. All bits are still in beta.
Okay, so this is not the final draft. The final draft you'll see in at AUSA, which is happening about a month from now. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving, correct? Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So here you go. Spoiler 5.
Man, we are on a roll of things that are more than spoiling things that are more than one thing. So here's Hero Man. There's a great man who's been known to say, "Excelsior!" It's been about 10 years since I last took Latin, but I'm pretty sure that that's supposed to mean, "DC is for douchebags." Hero Man is the story of Joey Jones, an awkward teenager living in Central City, West Coast, USA. His best friend is a cripple who's into extreme sports. He's got a crush on the popular cheerleader, but her asshole brother keeps cock-blocking him. Joey wants the newest shiny toy on the block and manages to find one. Just as he manages to glue it back together, he gets struck by a freak bolt of lightning and gains the ability to transform into Hero Man, who possesses the uncanny powers of glowing and punching things. Joey's powers come just in time because aliens called the Skrug are invading, and there isn't a damn thing the army can do about it. In fact, the Skrug's leader, Kogor, is so unstoppably nonchalant that his invasion plans involve bowling. In the best traditions of American comics, Joey decides that with great power comes great responsibility and becomes a defender of truth, justice, and the American way. Also, much like a comic book, you could probably think of plenty of ways you could write the story better. When it came time to end the show, the writers asked themselves, what's the least interesting villain they could end the show on? Is it Nick, the fat kid with low self-esteem who gets scrugified and is never seen again? Okay, let's see. Dr. Manami? At least he was over the top and charming. Maybe he and his crew could break out of prison, and maybe Hero Man could become anti-Hero Man permanently, forcing Joey to step up and confront the image of a father he never knew? Nope, they brought back Kogor, who reveals his master plan. He's going to eat everything. Yep. Well, at least Dr. Manami and the mad scientist crew do indeed bust out of prison, and they're promising to bring Joey into a world of hurt. And that's it for now. If we're going to see a second season of Hero Man, it's going to be up to you, true believers. You. Excelsior!
All right. So, in the best traditions of spoiler, we're going to spoil the end of spoiler. Here's one of our last spoiler bits. Lessons learned over the course of this spoiler. Leave the mentally scarring bits for the end. That being said, Kuroshitsuji 2. Kuroshitsuji 1, also known as Black Butler, was an anime made by everyone's favorite master of doing the same thing over and over again, Square Enix. It was about a young noble child named Ciel who was kind of a dick. He and his over-leveled demon butler Sebastian traveled around London saving the day with proper British manners and slightly pedophilic overtones. It was kind of like a gay Professor Layton. The sequel, Kuroshitsuji 2, is pretty much the same thing, except our new young noble Aloy is a little more than a dick. He's murderously batshit insane. And his relationship with his new demon butler Claude can only be described as a pedisaster. Think I'm lying? Listen to this. Aloy is so depraved, his morning routine consists of putting on hot pants, spilling a glass of wine, and then this happens. Wait, hold on, wait! Sorry. Okay, seriously, if you're squeamish, you really want to. Too late, he gouges his maid's eye out before beating her for it. This happens within the first 5 minutes of the show. How does father figure Claude punish him for this reprehensible behavior? By kissing his feet. That'll show him. The new main characters of Kuroshitsuji 2 were in fact so sexy and detestable that they were fired after the first episode, and Square Enix decided to hire back the old, slightly insane, only marginally pedophilic protagonists instead. The rest of the series is basically dueling banjos, if the banjos were made of Shota, and the people playing them were also made of Shota. And this is what a banjo made of Shota looks like. After finding his soul in a box of tea, CL comes back. But now he has plot amnesia, conveniently forgetting the horrible events of Kuroshitsuji 1. All the supporting characters also appear to have plot amnesia, as they seem to have forgotten that they died at the end of Kuroshitsuji 1. CL's plot amnesia makes his soul taste horrible, so Sebastian has to find some other evil jackass for CL to get revenge on before he can eat him. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we just fire some evil jackasses? Yeah, there we go. So now CL needs to kill Aloy because every good writer at Square has apparently choked to death on their own tongue. And Aloy needs to kill CL to get his main character status back, I guess. Since we have already reached the federally mandated limit on gay jokes over the course of this spoiler, I am required to tell you that there is absolutely nothing gay about this rivalry. Unfortunately, after the Lobster Hat episode, Aloy pulls a Kamina and dies halfway through the series. And so the rest of the anime is basically about Sebastian and Claude battling over who wants to eat CL the most. Then CL climbs a tree, because apparently they've run out of fucking ideas at this point. And everything is resolved when Sebastian and Claude have a booby-trapped trivia challenge while CL beats the shit out of himself. It's a lot like Family Double Dare. Wait a minute, you guys are too young to remember Family Double Dare. Okay, this is what happens in the ending. CL becomes a demon, Sebastian is fated to be his slave for all eternity, and then they both commit pedo-homo-suicide. So it's a lot like the end of Loveless, which, by the transitive property, makes Loveless a whole lot like the end of Family Double Dare. Man, Nickelodeon was fucked up back in the day. That's it.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for the teaser to spoiler the panel.
Don't show this on the internet, but here's something just for you, Ernie. The very final slide in spoiler the panel.
Oh, I get a preview of what the ending is going to be.
The very final slide. And that is the final slide of spoiler. But there will be a lot more. There's going to be, we are going to spoil Pokemon, Resident Evil 5, Kinnikuman, Fire Emblem, Gravitation, Naruto, 999, every sports anime ever, Fist of the North Star, Hellsing, kind of, Soul Calibur, Eternal Sonata, several new hybrid animes, Kuroshitsuji 2, as you saw, Hero Man, Portal, Tron, Garo, and the book, The Wheel of Time.
Jeez. Well, this will be very interesting. Well, thank you very much for the teaser, gentlemen. So,
yeah, it was a pleasure doing it.
It was a pleasure, and I will see you guys at AUSA.
Yeah. Definitely.
Good job on the microphone. I love your hair. So, all right.